Welcome back to Health Reversion, your channel for raw, unbiased education on physical and mental health. Today's episode, we're looking at monounsaturated fats, otherwise known as omega-9s. Monounsaturated fatty acids, or omega-9s, are a type of fatty acid that are primarily found in high concentrations in olives, avocados, and some nuts. The number 9 relates to the number of carbons in the fatty acids chain, and the mono relates to the one double bond it contains. Unlike polyunsaturated fats that contain 2 double bonds in their chain, and in the case of omega-6s have 6 carbons, and in the case of omega-3s have 3 carbons. So now that we've got some of the scientific jargon out of the way, let's look at how the monounsaturated fats may benefit your health. Many scientific articles and studies have found that there are a range of health benefits with the regular consumption of monounsaturated fats. Some of these benefits are related to weight loss, the reduction in the incidence of heart disease, a lower overall risk of cancer, increased insulin sensitivity, and they help decrease inflammation throughout the body. If you are willing to do an experiment on yourself and look for a period of time, it could be a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month, of making some substitutions and some changes to your current eating regime. And what I mean by that is, as I mentioned in my omega-3 and omega-6 episode, looking to reduce those omega-6s, still consuming them, but just reducing the amount that you're having. And rather than having a particular vegetable oil or a particular nut that contains high levels of the omega-6s, looking at actually substituting for some of the nuts and other oils and foods that contain high levels of omega-9s, just to see if this has any impact on your body in terms of inflammation, energy levels, etc. So I've put together the highest rated foods that have the greatest amount of monounsaturated fats. At the top of the list is hazelnuts and macadamias, and they hover at around the 80% mark. So in other words, 80% of the fat content within the macadamia nut and the hazelnut is monounsaturated. Next cab off the rank is olive oil. Olive oil comes in at 73%. And very closely behind olive oil is the only other fruit to contain fat, which is avocado. And avocado comes in at 71%. Now that doesn't mean that 71% of the avocado is monounsaturated fat. It simply means that the fat contained within the avocado of that fat composition, a little bit of saturated, a little bit of poly, but 71% or 7 parts out of 10 are monounsaturated. Next up is peanuts, almonds, and cashews, which range around the 60 to 65% mark. And finally, you've got pistachios and pecans, which come in at around the 55% monounsaturated fats. So from the top to the bottom, you're looking at a couple of fruits there in the terms of olives and avocados, and the rest being nuts. So if you're a nut lover, this is great news. But if you're not a nut lover, or you have some sort of issue with the digestion of nuts, which is more common than we think, then looking at the avocados and looking at the olive oil. Therefore, the suggestion today is very, very simple. Looking at your current food regime, if you already consume nuts, looking at those nuts that I've mentioned earlier, such as the macadamia and the hazelnut. And I know they're more expensive and it might be harder to come by, but this is your health at the end of the day, and the only person really that's responsible for your health is you. So if you are able to make this experiment happen, look at substituting those particular nuts in for the nuts that you would usually have. Another example is if you are a big salad eater and you like to pour on a particular salad dressing that might contain an omega-6 oil, such as, or a high concentration of omega-6s, I should say, within the oil, such as canola or corn or soy, then just substituting over for some cold pressed olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice and some Himalayan sea salt will probably get you that flavor, get you that usual salad dressing taste, but from a monounsaturated perspective, to see how that has an impact on your body. So that's it for today. If you do have any adverse effects to this, or if you receive benefit and you feel better, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be really interested to hear. If you got something out of this video, thumbs up. Got nothing, thumbs down. As always, I ask that you keep well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.